Hello. I'm the fellow taking a shot of myself in that big mirror there. I'm what you'd call a media pig. In August of 1992, I traveled to Houston, Texas with the rest of the media pigs to cover the Republican National Convention. You remember that big podium up there where everybody gave their speeches? Well, I brought my own camcorder to Houston, and I made this documentary because I wanted you to see some of the strange things that happened inside and outside the Astrodome. Barbara, could you step closer? You're getting out of the picture.
Glad to. I'm a stand by your man woman.
That's right.
Do you have a political affiliation?
Do I?
Both of you.
No, not to,
Well, I do.
well.
Yes, of course we do.
And what is it?
Well, tonight we're Republicans.
What will you be tomorrow?
Come November, who knows?
George Bush insisted it was simply not political. Some reports suggested it may be. It comes as this president with very low popularity marks heads into a convention he's counting on to pick him up.
Check, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we've been behind by big margins before, and we won the election. The fact is that in January, Bill Clinton was knocked out. In February, Tsongas was almost nominated. In April, we anointed Ross Perot, and in July, we elected Bill Clinton. Under our Constitution, the election is actually going to be held on November 3rd. I think when people look at the choice in tax increase Democrats versus tax cut Republicans, in the kind of attitudes and policies we're going to have, I think the choice will be clear, and I think, frankly, we'll carry Georgia and South Carolina.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. All unessential personnel must leave the building now. If you are not involved in essential work, you must leave the building now.
Freedom for Bosnia! Help, help, Bosnia! Help, help, Bosnia! Help, help, Bosnia! Freedom for Bosnia! Stop the killing in Bosnia! Stop the killing in Bosnia! Help, help, Bosnia! Help, help, Bosnia!
Are we better off for that than 4 years ago? Of course we are. We moved from an age of building bomb shelters and missiles that could end our future in a nanosecond.
And so, let the public record accurately reflect the true accomplishments of day as well.
I don't preach only to the Republican. I preach to every soul that comes on my way, whether it's Democrat or Republican or Jew or Gentile or Communist or Democrat, it doesn't matter, or young and old. I preach to all and I speak to all with love. I could say I was normal like anyone, but I knew there had to be a different life than this because my life was full of wickedness. I was living in adultery. I was taking drugs and so on and so on, and no matter what I tried, it never gave me any happiness. And in 1978, in my apartment, I fall on my face. Actually, no, standing, I prayed to God. I asked him, Lord, why did you create me? Why did you send me to this land? Am I here by chance? No, I know that is not so. I know you create me and you send me for a purpose. And I asked him, if this is the purpose that you send me is to do all this evil from my birth to this day, I beg of you, enough is enough. Why don't you take my soul and cast it to hell? You don't have to cry over me also, because I knew God loved me. And as soon as I finished my prayer, I heard the sound of an awesome trumpet, and at the sound of that trumpet, I fall flat on my face and I become like a dead man. And after the trumpet, I heard this voice as it was the whole universe thundered. And the voice said, Jacob, no, I shall show thee why you're there. And again the trumpet sounded, and he said, arise and speak, what do you see? And I said, Lord, I cannot rise, I cannot speak because I have become like a dead man. And he said, take a deep breath. And so I took a deep breath, and power entered into my whole body. And this power lifted me up and put me on my knee, and I find myself in a beautiful white room. And in this white room, I saw two books. They were open. And life and light and love and truth were flowing from these two books, and they were attached to one another with a rainbow. And this rainbow was attached to the throne of God, and that rainbow came like a arrow, and it just penetrated and it filled me. And right after that, the Lord said, Jacob, speak, what do you see? And I said, Lord, I see thy word, the book of life. And he said, thou sayest well. The reason that I create you, the reason I send you to that land is that you're going to go wherever I send you, and whoever I send you, that you're going to preach the word that I put in your mouth, that the time is fulfilled, the end is at hand, and I will destroy this wicked generation.
أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا لك الحمد لك الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر
Especially the poor will take the back, especially the reach of hope and opportunity to every man and woman and child in this great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride in our party and great hope for the future of America that I second the nomination of George. Get a life, Bob Carter. Get a life, Bob Carter. Of the United States.
I know listening to the radio today all the way to Houston, the economy, the economy, the economy, that was repeated again and again. I do feel that it's the main issue. And if I was an economist, I would have answers, but I don't. I do what I do, and that's spread the word, so to speak. This is my expertise, and maybe by me helping, someone else can help me help everyone.
Louisiana, 38 votes.
You're a Democrat?
Yellow Dog, Texas Yellow Dog Democrat.
4 more years.
That's an old expression that for somebody who'd rather vote for a yellow dog than for a Republican.
96.
Save those trees! Burn a bush! Support your recycling programs! George Bush is green when he is sick. That's the only time George Bush is green. Where is our environmental president? Where? Bush, you're only green when you're sick. Do you trust George Bush? Hell no! No! Bush, George, trust George.
Our response has not been that fantastic today. It seems like a slow day out here on the road. We weren't sure what to expect, being this the first day of the party going out there, and we weren't sure what to expect when we first came out here. It certainly wasn't exactly what we expected.
So this is your first day out?
Yeah, this is our first day out.
How many people you think have come and gone to see you today, or how many people at any one time?
I would say at any one time, or all together, or
Just say at any one time.
I would say as many people as we've gotten exposure to. I would say anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000. Not a great amount, but we're working on it. We're a relatively new group.
When you're standing up there on the stage and you're talking and you feel like there's nobody there, nobody listening, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel good because I'm supporting our environment and letting George Bush know what we feel in Houston, Texas about his environmental policies.
Do you feel that this kind of action that you're doing has an impact on the political process?
The political process we're not sure about, but really what we're trying to reach is every individual to understand the environmental issues. We don't support either group, neither Republican nor Democrat. What we do support is the environmental issues, and that's what we're trying to get across, not necessarily to the politicians, because I think we believe that the whole will speak greater than the small groups as far as political parties.
Remember, nothing.
Where do you want to go?
I don't care. Tell me around. And his values, his internal compass, his beliefs, his
sense of right and wrong. It's a child's values, whether it's race, his class, his sex, his ethnicity, his neighborhood, his genes, his background. It's the values that the child is taught that will more determine that child's fate.
Abort George Bush.
Hi, my name is Leon. I'm a gay man. I'm pro-choice, not vote! I don't know if you can see my tan, but that's because I've been out at the clinics all this week defending women's right to have an abortion! And we still need y'all out at those clinics, so get out there and defend women's right to choose! Woo!
Do I have any more speakers? Any clinic defenders that want to get up here and say something?
Hi, this is pretty spontaneous. And I think it's really, really nice to have an opportunity for people to be able to have a chance to come up here and say something. I felt really pretty inspired this last week to be able to help out. And I really, really want to support women in doing this. And I want also to say that there are many men who suffer from this fucking patriarchal bastard, you know, these people across the street. It's not only women who suffer from these people too. It's men, it's women of all kinds. It's a planet that's horribly under siege from a corporate state that has no concern at all for the natural environment, for the planet, for the animals, the sea and the wind and the sky, and they've just had enough of it. Because I think the men have had a chance for hundreds of years and they fucked up bad. And I'd be really glad to see some women have a chance to make some decisions and be in policy-making positions. I say give women a chance, get these bastards out of here, over here. They've had enough.
You won't win unless he does. And he won't win unless you do. Is this the stuff of headlines, the famous 30-second sound bites? George Bush doesn't govern by sound bites. He knows the more you talk, the less you get done.
Northeast Houston under the freeway. That's all. Nothing else.
In my house, I eat well. I have a freezer filled with chicken and fish and steaks and ice cream. Lots of ice cream. And my family and I eat well.
I have no freezer. I have no stock, no chicken, no meat. And I have nobody to eat with. I'm all alone.
I have 4 cars, a Mercedes, a Toyota, a Cadillac.
I need a pair of shoes. My clothes stink. 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 My clothes stink, 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 stink.
So what's the meaning of that sign there?
There's one on the left or the one on the right?
What about JFK?
Well, I think it's the only issue that hasn't been brought up by all the protesters is I don't believe that the issue of John F. Kennedy has ever been resolved. In 1963, I was 10 years old. That makes me 40 years old today. I believe that there was a conspiracy in this country. I believe that George Bush was part of that conspiracy, being the executive director of the CIA at the time. Apparently, everybody in this country had no clue of what was going on, but the people in power did themselves know exactly what happened to the President of the United States. George Bush, being associated with the CIA at the time, would certainly have to have known that something was strange in the city of Dallas. The fact that the President did not have his personal bodyguard with him, that his regular FBI team that usually travels with the President was off for the day, and the lack of the number of policemen on the street in Dallas the day he was killed raises some suspicion as to security for the President of the United States. The fact that also his parade route was altered during the actual parade itself leads me to believe, and very suspiciously believe, that someone in the top knew exactly what was happening. This other sign up here is the Mike the Mover sign. If you've seen the top of my cap, it also says Mike the Mover on it. It is my legal name, Mike the Mover. My first name is Mike, my last name is Mover, and my middle name is the, T-H-E. But down here, below the Mason-Dixon line, they actually pronounce it the Mover.
When will you be going back home to Washington?
Well, actually, my next stop is to head north to Dallas, and that will be tomorrow. I'll get a hotel room up there, and I'll spend the next 4 days meeting with Ross Perot's campaign staffers. And then I'll be heading across the border over to Little Rock, Arkansas to meet up with Slick Willie and find out the Democrats truly have a plan to fight white-collar crime in America, what happens to be my platform.
No, I don't think I will ever vote. I vote once, I vote for Jesus. And I have lost long time ago my comfort in politicians. I don't care how sweet they talk, but I hate to say more or less they're not what they're talking about. And I was so surprised to see the world's leader, all of them getting together in Rio in Brazil, trying to save the world, believing that the end of the world is coming because of the pollution that is in the air or in the water or ozone layers destruction and so on and so on. But they're blind. The destruction is not coming because of that. The destruction is coming because of the pollution of sin that has covered the face of the world. And that is why I cry for souls, that they will really open their eyes and open their heart, and they will come to know that this is the final opportunities. The Lord has shown me many things. I saw the destruction of city of Sodom and Gomorrah. I saw the cry of people when they saw fire coming down, but it was too late. And so shall it be. It will be too late with billions of people. And I look and